morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's rib time again. Ribs. Ribs on the Barbie. Okay, what I've got is a 6-pound slab of Smithfield Spareribs. Now, if you want to buy baby backs, St. Louis packs, or whatever, that's totally your call, okay? Disclaimer. Here's my disclaimer. My videos are not monetized. I don't get any money or products or anything from my videos. It's strictly for your amusement and cheap entertainment, okay? Now, this is how I do my stuff in my kitchen. Now, if you want to chime in and tell me how to do your stuff in your kitchen, make your own video, dude. Make your own video. Show us how you do your stuff in your kitchen. Alright? That's my disclaimer. Okay. Let's open this pack up here. And slide this bad boy out. Now, I've got one towel for this project only. Don't be switching around using different towels and stuff. Alright, there's a lot of stuff that's got to come off of here. You get a very, very sharp boning knife. And you start removing all this stuff. I guess it'd be better if you could see what we're doing here. See, this is called silver skin in some parts of the world. But all this right here has got to come off. I'm not a professional meat cutter by any means. It's just from what I see other people do on the internet. I learned by watching. Yeah, and then I learned a lot by my own mistakes. But you got to have a very sharp knife, okay, to even start with. Okay, this will not go to waste. We'll chop that up and use it in some other meal. Alright, this is my preparation board. Not a cutting board, so I don't want to be cutting onto a board. Alright, on this last bone, see, we can use that for something else. Okay. That's good. That's good. This right here's got to come off. Like yay. This fat cap's got to come out. I should have been a surgeon. Yep, I should have been a doctor. Come on in here, boy. Sit down. Let me cut your leg open. Yeah, we got to get that bullet out. Got to get that bullet out. All right, see, that's a flap right there, so that's got to come off. See, there's still a lot of good stuff here that you can use in other meals. And this right here's got to come off. This is a no bueno right here. See, that's only held together by fat and tissue. So that's got to come off. See, that would not cook very well. So that's got to come off. This membrane has got to come off. And if you've got a very sharp boning knife, it goes fairly quick and you're not tearing your meat up. this right here. Alright, here's our ribs. Alright, we got to get this silver skin off. Because if you don't, it's going to be chewy. And you don't like that. Now, you can do your ribs your way. This is how I do mine, alright? Get all your loose stuff off. Now, everybody's got their own method of getting this membrane off. You do what you like. You do what you like in your kitchen. If you get lucky, you can just peel it off. Like so, if you get lucky. It's paper thin, but tough as cardboard. You can use that for shoelaces. That's how tough it is. And I can just peel this back off the bone with my thumbnail until I can get a grip. Okay. Alright, that's enough. Now, if I was going to do a set of baby backs, or not a set, but a baby back, there's a joint right here. If you cut down this line right here, that's your baby backs. But I'm going to leave this on. We're going to cook the whole slab. Oh, there's something else got to come off too. That bone right there has got to come off. And you cut that slab off. Alright. Now, here's our rib. Now you got to pay attention on the grill. But this is fairly thin, like 3/4 of an inch. This right here is like 1.5 inches. So we want to put this one closer to the fire because it's going to take more heat to cook it. Now on the Weber, I love my Weber kettle grill. Just you leave it alone, it'll cook at a steady 275 degrees all day long without picking up the lid. So the target temperature that we're after is 200 degrees internal temperature for the thickest part of the meat. 200 degrees. I know not down here 200, here 200. That's the target. Alright, let's get into the spices. Okay, I want to emphasize again, I am not monetized. I do not get any kind of compensation for the products that I use. I don't endorse them or recommend them. I'm just telling you what I use in my kitchen on my ribs, okay? You do what you want to do in your kitchen on your projects. Make your own video if you want to chime in with your 2 bits, how you do things in your kitchen. Okay, this is Heath Riles Competition Barbecue Rub. Killer Hogs, another one. These are competition winners. They win in competitions. This is Whiskey Bent Pecan and Cherry blend. It's called Pecanery, Pecan and Cherry. And Heath Riles Garlic Jalapeno Rub. These are available at your sporting goods, whole goods, whatever you want to call them. So the last ribs that I made, I put a light coating of each one of these on the ribs, and it turned out fantastic. So, you know, once you find something that works, don't mess with it too much, okay? So that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, let's finish it up. I've got the other side, the back side done. I'm going to finish it up, the last one here. Get it on the ends. Now see, it's not much, just a light coating of the 4 different spices, 4 different companies. And you rub the love. Rub the love. Now you can see how this custom preparation board contains all your mess, is what you want to call it, I guess. So if you know a woodworker that's fairly competent in his skills, go hug his neck or her neck and have her make you one. It's a slab of hard maple routed out so that it contains everything on the board. But if you're happy with your little cutting board and your way of doing things in your kitchen, well, by golly, make yourself a video and share it with us. I would love to see how you do yours. But don't chime in here on my video and tell me how you do yours in your kitchen. I don't want to hear it. Alright, I'm going to wrap this in food wrap for about 3 hours. See, it's starting to soak in already. It's the salt and the sugar that will glaze and caramelize the meat on the grill. Alright, we're going to let this hang out for about 3 hours, wrapped up. Okay, this is my Weber kettle grill. The grate has been cleaned and oiled. The water pan has been set. I got this stainless steel water pan, cake pan, whatever you want to call it, at the flea market for $1. It is really thick stainless steel. Alright, let's get our star of the show going here. We're going to put the thickest part to the fire. Like so. Eventually the fire will catch up to it. I got some blocks of hickory and cherry. In about an hour, we'll come check on it. I'm not endorsing the kettle grill. It's just what I've got and what I like. Stay tuned. Okay, it's been on the Weber for about 3.5 hours. The internal temperature is 175. So I'm going to wrap it in heavy aluminum foil. Put it in my kitchen oven at 300 degrees until the internal temperature in the thick part reaches 200. Then we're going to pull it out and let it rest for a while. Stay tuned. Okay, we've got the foil. And of course I didn't pull off enough. So we got to ad-lib it here a little bit. And I've got some room temperature butter. I'm going to slather this on a little bit. I did this last time and it turned out pretty doggone good, so I'm going to do it again this time too. Okay, I'm not going to add any more spices to it. I'm just going to let it go at this. And let's see what happens until the internal temperature is 200 degrees. Stay tuned. Okay, it's been in the oven for an hour. The internal temperature is right at 200 degrees in the thickest part. Oh my goodness. That is one good looking piece of meat, I'm telling you. Yes sir, buddy. Yes sir, buddy. Now this is not in a smoker. This is in a Weber kettle charcoal grill. Okay. The bone twist. I can't cut it because I made this for a friend, and they're going to cut it. So, but anyway, I'm very pleased with it. Whoa, yep, it separates. We're done. So the secret is 200 degrees internal temperature for the thickest part. I've never really paid attention to this for 50, 60 years, okay? But I'm just now learning that in order to be successful with this particular piece of meat, ribs, 200 degrees is your target point. Not 150, not 175, it's got to be 200. And it will be very, very tender. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, it is very much appreciated. Y'all have a blessed evening.